Hello everyone, it's a beautiful Wednesday on Your View. Welcome to the show. I am Morayo Afolabi Brown. As always, I have my lovely co-host here. Hi ladies.
Hello, Morayo.
Why get into building?
Yo.
I love what you're wearing.
Oh, thank you.
You look so beautiful. I don't know this is ready made or Tila Laurent?
No, ready-made.
Beautiful. Lovely.
Thank you very much. Thank you. I have to shout out to my uncle. He's now our fan. Whether I am on the show or not,
converted.
He's from England. He's in England. He's been watching. You know, they've been showing us live. Yeah. So Uncle Michael, I know you're watching.
Hi, Uncle
shout
Michael.
Out.
Please tell your friends in the neighborhood to watch. Any issues?
It's Jumoke that was making me laugh this morning. I have to release her secret.
What happened?
She's 79 kg now.
Is that good or bad? Is that good or bad?
It's bad actually.
Because no, we were in the hundreds. No.
So
when I hear something, I'm wondering what are you talking about?
79. And she's, Jumoke?
How did you get there?
Top to the hand.
Too much ice cream.
Too much ice cream.
Please, can't find something to worry about.
At least now
And
you
Nima,
know
how you
the
doing, Jerry?
shouting.
Because it was also 9 kg. You know, please.
Morayo, why are you talking like this?
What's that? Why can
This is the Jumoke that will not let
I'm
you
battling
rest.
with here, please.
What are you battling with? Jumoke, when we were all struggling to go to size 10, remember she was already
making
size
so
10.
much
So why is she complaining? 79 kg, what's that?
She has put on 9 kg since
my
then.
uncle?
She's now going to size 14.
You will leave. You will be very alright. Nima, how you
Nima
doing?
is tired.
What's tiring you?
I feel like sleeping.
You have rested since last Friday till today.
And
So
I
first
did
time
sleep till daybreak
This
this
week, it's our
morning.
first time this week.
I was excited.
Oh, you were in a car
how-
accident sometime. You didn't tell us about
Yes,
that.
on
Friday.
Thursday. I thank God. I'm grateful to God. This 2016 has been my year. I've achieved everything with a bit of try, and I'm always meeting God at my point of need. God is just there for me. I'm grateful to God. I was just thanking God till daybreak again, thinking about it, and I couldn't sleep. But now I'm feeling tired.
Great stuff.
Thank God.
Hi, Jimmy.
So I am shedding the tag of TV presenter to events director. I have 2 events back to back this week. So, I'm just in the mood of
Be
all
off
those
duty for some time.
technical issues. Yeah, till after the holidays next week, I may not be on set again. But really and truly, Dr. Yemisi came back with all my results for the diabetes screening and said that I have a bit of cholesterol. I have to watch my fat intake, meaning that no fried meat. I have to watch my simple
She's a
sugars.
very wicked person.
She's wicked.
She's a very wicked
I have to
person.
watch my simple
Morayo,
sugars.
why are you sliding
no
down the chair?
carbohydrates.
It's not possible.
That's your own result. That's your own result.
You should even come and tell you your
In
own.
fact, I'm not even going to go and see her.
I was going to go. Where's the
So if you like this, how about a problem? In fact, don't
I'm
worry.
an African girl. We don't do this kind of checkup.
As much as she was saying that BMI, that is not an African thing because we have strong bones, but I need to lose 9 kg actually. I have to go to 70 kg
All right.
and watch my diet.
Thank you. Fantastic. So don't worry.
That's why we don't like doctors.
Like I'm telling you, don't give me bad news. Don't give me bad news. All right, we have to stay on the break. Oh, the fun fair is ongoing. I'm wearing the shirt. Please bring your kids. It started yesterday. Listen, this year, 2016, it's going to be better than last year. Last year we did good, but trust me, we're doubling up this year. So bring your kids over, have fun. It's TVC, CBS's Christmas Fun Fair. 26 days, 20 days actually. Started yesterday and ends 26.
How much?
It's just 1,000 naira.
Nice.
In fact, we should have increased the price though. Because recession. Because of everything's expensive. But we just thought, you know what, we love the kids. It's about the kids. So we are subsidizing, we're sticking to 1,000 naira.
Well done,
So
well
come with
done.
your kids,
Well
all
done,
right? We try.
Yes.
Let's take a break. When we come back, we'll look at the front pages of the newspaper. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. All right, we're going to start with the punch this morning. AGF sends anti-graft court bill to National Assembly. Bill for Christian courts passes second reading in House. Picture here of members of the National Association of Nigerian Students and relatives of the female NYSC corps member who died, Ifedolapo, here protesting in Oshogbo. No major talks with Tinubu, others, says PDP BOT chair. Nigeria, 4 others ban Europe's dirty fuel imports. Passengers shut Arik's operations over luggage delay. Buhari to present 2017 budget to National Assembly on December 14th. Recruitment. Police release list of successful candidates. Oyo dismisses 662 workers for certificate forgery. And soldiers, policemen, others arrested for raping IDPs. All right, let's start with the major headline.
Yeah.
Attorney General of the Federation has sent this bill that was drafted by the Presidential Advisory Committee on Anti-Corruption, headed by Professor Sagi, to the National Assembly for to pass it. This bill is supposed to create special courts to fight anti-corruption. It will speed up the corruption.
Narcotics, kidnapping,
drug trafficking,
the whole
fraud, and
so
crimes against corruption.
Yes.
But what I'm thinking is what other thing is left for the other courts?
Our courts are even already over.
Well, tell me the crimes now.
When you take out
rape,
theft,
crime,
then
theft.
civil, YK abused me,
And
Morayo defamed
let
me.
me clear what YK is trying to say. It doesn't mean that other courts cannot look into this. It just means that we have special courts. So when you want to speed up your case, you go to special court.
All right, let's move on to
Ifedolapo's case is in
we'll talk
other
about it,
newspapers.
we'll talk about it in Nation now. The Nation, soldiers, Air Force men in IDP camps, sex scandal, policemen, civilian JTF members, minority official arrested, says IG. Picture here of 12 kids rescued from pastor's home. Ghana elects their president today. Corps member died of kidney infection, says NYSC DG. I regret playing for Falcons, says Francisca Odega. And finally, PDP BOT chair, no talks with Tinubu. Let's pick 2 stories here, the NYSC story and this pastor with the kids.
So the NYSC story, I'm going to allow Nima to establish it, except that the National Assembly has called the DG of the NYSC to come and answer for the case. And then in the Punch, there were people protesting, on the streets yesterday, her death. And then they have now said that she died of kidney-related infection.
According to the DG, said that she died of kidney-related infection gotten from untreated urinary tract infection. That she had urinary tract infection for years that she left untreated, which resulted to her developing rashes.
I didn't read them saying she had it for years. What happened was that she just came and complained of...
That means she has had it for long.
Possibly, yes, for some time. Yeah.
Okay, maybe not for years.
She had rashes.
And she was... the symptoms were rashes and all... They initially treated her for malaria. When they noticed that she wasn't responding and the rashes kept coming, they decided to change the treatment.
Yes. They now referred her to the general hospital. When the rashes persisted, they treated her for the basic stuff. And they also confirmed talking to her doctor in the house, who said, okay, what you give her is fine. At the general hospital, that's where she met the doctor, Ibrahim, I believe, that he now said, notice the UTI, the urinary tract infection. He now said, listen, the potassium level is pretty high. We need to take her to the teaching hospital.
Yes,
Aminu Kano. And that's about 2-hour journey. And they tried to stabilize her. Well, stabilizing her, they gave her some gluconate or something like that. Anyway, by 4 a.m. she passed on because she couldn't make the trip. So I think we were able to see the owners, and they actually acknowledge that they have a 24/7, 24-hour running clinic in all the NYSC camps, and they have real doctors, not the student doctors, in all these facilities.
Did they have a postmortem done for her?
Well, they didn't tell us specifically.
That's the only way they will know.
Exactly.
That
it wasn't a postmortem.
And a postmortem doesn't take 2 days.
This is just based on what the DG said. So that's just based on.
So maybe
we'll see how that goes on. Nobody talked about the pastor, but let's move on. I guess we don't have much time.
Well, the pastor...
He said that the Holy Spirit asked him to help young kids. Unfortunately, he didn't legally register his orphanage. So he has kids in the house and he got arrested. So hopefully...
Yes, now, why will he do it illegally?
But the Holy Spirit led him.
The Holy Spirit will lead him to jail if he's found guilty.
Moving on to Vanguard. Rivers rerun PDP APC at each other's throats. Holy Ghost Congress, Adeboye assures on security and Medicare. Alleged rape in IDP camps, policemen, prison officer, 2 others arrested. Ajimobi fires 662 workers, removes 2,021 people from the payroll. Okay, who else? Which story are we taking? Should we just take the IDP camps here?
Yes, although I wanted to take it in Daily Sun because it's the major headline there. But Rivers Rerun has been generating a lot of friction. Governor Wike was on a TV station and he alleged threats to his life. And my only concern is this is not even state governor election.
Same.
It is local government.
It's even House of Rep. They
Why?
are the federal House of Rep.
Rep.
Local government and House of Rep.
Yes.
Why?
This is the one that was the election that was inconclusive
Yes.
the last time.
So the federal legislators
Now
are
they
going
want
to rerun.
conclude,
Yeah.
hopefully.
I
But
want to
he's saying that his life is that they want to assassinate him.
I want to
They've
implore
removed his.
Rivers youth. They should
security.
please use their brain. There's no need to shed blood for one person to go and sit in an office and get bogus salaries.
Salaries.
So,
And the NYSC core members, they're saying that no, we're not doing this election. You know that they lost someone.
Yeah.
I think his name was Emmanuel
Yeah.
during
Yes,
the last
yes,
election.
yes, yes.
So they're saying they are not going. INEC is begging them. They say no.
no, they should not work.
Wike is saying they've removed his
Security apparatus.
detail, yeah.
Okay, let's move on to Sun. Soldiers, cops arrested over rape in IDP camps. Bill to separate offices of AGF Justice Minister passes second reading in Senate. North gets lion's share in police recruitment. Rivers Rerun, Fayose alleges plot to place Wike under house arrest.
Hey.
Buhari presents 7.3 trillion 2017 budget in December 14th. And Biafra, IPOB launches Operation David Dance.
That's a very interesting
Which one is that one
article.
again?
You know, David danced the dance of victory after he killed Goliath.
Okay.
So IPOB is saying to his members, please calm down. Don't allow anybody infuriate you or instigate you into violence.
Okay.
When they come with their Python dance, we will dance the dance of victory. But the major headline, I'm very happy that people spoke out about the sexual harassment at the IDP camps, and the Nigerian government has taken it seriously. Soldiers, policemen have been arrested for different offenses. Some of them just promising that don't worry, I will marry you, and taking advantage of the women.
Yeah.
Some outrightly raping the women who said no to their sexual advances.
Yeah.
I'm
That's
happy
I mean, the IG at
justice
least.
is being
Thank you. Yeah, IG.
they've
Give a
arrested,
clap for that. That's fantastic.
Soldiers,
Can we
Civilian
prevent it?
vigilante.
Can you imagine?
Yes.
Can we prevent it in future?
I don't think there
Yeah.
were policemen amongst those arrested.
No, the police.
Where?
I think there were 2 police, 3 soldiers, and 1 vigilante person. There were actually 6 in number. Okay, moving on very quickly to this day, our final paper for this morning. New mega party target 16 governors. Gang, gang, gang. I have to give you the. Well, let me not give you the.
Drum roll.
Go and buy this day to get the list of the states they are saying are probably members of this
Powerful
mega
states.
party.
Powerful
Very powerful states. So, anyway, APC goes for broke in Rivers, meaning that they're spending everything they got to
Yeah.
get to win that state's election for the House of Reps. Fayose here, ready for war. Ekiti State Governor greeting his traditional rulers for presenting his the state's 93 billion naira budget. NCC, we did not give directive for increase of data tariffs. Finally, Buhari to present his 2017 budget. Okay, so
this mega party, I'd like to just divulge the secrets behind it, as written by this day, that 16 governors are being targeted by a new mega party that has the McAfee-led faction of PDP and the Bola Ahmed Tinubu faction of APC. Both parties in the Punch have denied, though. Both APC and
Tinubu
PDP.
is saying that he's not part of it, too.
And even PDP is
saying,
denying that
yes.
we're not part of it. But they're saying that they know that in this article, by this day, I'm quoting them, that these 16 governors, which include Lagos State, Osun State, Ekiti,
Ebonyi,
Rivers.
plenty, 16
Rivers,
states,
Jesus Christ, Bayelsa.
that they will follow them, to their party.
And the papers we read yesterday or 2 days ago saying that they actually also approached Obasanjo. Baba said the only way I will be part of this mega party
Atiku
if
is not
remove
there.
Atiku. So there's a lot of politics going on. We'll see, because they're all saying I'm not interested. I'm not part of it. 2019 we'll see now.
My problem is this political class. Yeah, I don't understand the political class. They just
Same on the same.
taking us for a ride.
Exactly.
So
Same old.
The youth need to get up, and take Nigeria back.
Yeah. Same old. All right, that's all we can take on front page review this morning. When we return, we have guests from Caleb University to discuss, and later revitalizing the aviation sector. Remember, in fact, recently we had lots of stories about one airline or the other. So we'll have questions concerning the airline industry in Nigeria. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back. Welcome back to Your View.
Thanks for staying with us. Joining us are the Vice Chancellor, Caleb University, Professor Ayodiji Daniel Aino, and the Dean, Postgraduate School, Professor Segun Ajibola, in the studio. Welcome to the show, gentlemen.
Thank you so much.
You can call us on 070-806-6801. You can tweet to us at TVC Connect. Please hashtag YoVTVC so you can read your tweets. Now, as Lagos State's foremost university, how relevant is Caleb University right now in the peculiarity of what's going on? How relevant is Caleb University right now?
Thank you very much. You will recall that it's an undisputable fact that Lagos is the commercial nerve center of the country. And Caleb University, well positioned in the state, complements the state in terms of commerce and environment. Environment is a big issue in Lagos, so is commerce and economic activities. So at Caleb University, we position ourselves to help to assist the government and the community to re-strategize in areas of managing the environment. We've been having collaboration with the state government in this regard. And recently we're also collaborating with the Chartered Institute of Bankers of Nigeria, CIBN, to see ways in which we can collaborate with training people in the area of finance. We have MOU that will lead to some professional qualifications that will help, stabilize the
economy.
The economy. We're also doing some form of intervention in financial reporting. That's my give back to the society as a journalist. I was a journalist for about 10 years in the past.
Fantastic.
So all of these are what we are doing at Caleb to ensure that
Where
support
exactly
coming.
is this Caleb University situated?
Caleb University is situated in Imota. Imota is in the Ikorodu division area of Lagos State.
Okay, so it's Ikorodu side.
15 kilometers off
Okay, because
Ikorodu.
when they said Caleb, and I know Caleb is down here, so I've been wondering what
That's our
grounds are
city
you
campus,
using?
the city campus.
Yes.
We have a city campus in Magodo here in Lagos.
Talking about economy, how capital intensive is the university, especially in these times of recession? How do you plan to structure your fees such that people can afford it, considering that it's a private university in the recession?
Okay, if you're talking about school fees, we are one of the universities you can count as being pocket friendly.
How much?
Tuition is 350,000 naira. Yeah, per year.
A year? Is that a year or a
A
term?
year is a year.
That's a session.
Of course, that's outside of accommodation. If you take hostel room, you pay for it, and you probably will patronize the cafeteria for feeding and all of that. But
Do you
tuition
have
is 350.
hostels
Yes.
on campus?
We are exclusively, residential university.
Okay.
With all our students live on campus.
I'd like to address Prof. There's a proliferation of private universities today. It seems like it's the newest business in town.
Telling you.
Where does Caleb University lie in, this industry?
If you look at the history of Caleb University, you know that the founding fathers didn't just wake up one day to say we want to set up a university for any personal motive. Caleb, as a brand name, started from the kindergarten to the primary to the secondary, then a university. And like you said, the presence is very significant in this environment we are, where TVC is, and even in the Lagos Island area. So it's progression from the basic to secondary, now to university education. That calls for commitment. It calls for dedication to a cause. And that is what the founding fathers actually embraced. Contribution to the economy. Education is never a cheap venture anywhere in the world, because it's often said, if you say education is expensive, then try ignorance. So for the founding fathers of Caleb, it's not a question of what we can make, but rather what we can contribute to the society. Yes, and that has always been the vision and the focus in everything that Caleb University does.
Also, this, in Nigeria, we notice that our educational system is not such that prepares the graduates for the labor market, for the reality outside. Most times, they are coming out to look for jobs. Most people don't know how to create jobs. What do you plan to do, or what does your university do? What can they do to do something different to make sure that when your graduates turn out, they are entrepreneurs?
That's a very, very German question, because as employers for decades myself, I face this problem running through my career in banking, and even as of today, as the president and chairman of council of the Chartered of Bankers of Nigeria. What we have done in Caleb, and we still continue to do, is to professionalize most of our programs. And my vice-chancellor just mentioned our collaboration with the Chartered of Bankers of Nigeria to give our academic curricula some professional touch, blending academic content with professional content, producing those who are ready from day one to work and contribute to this environment in various areas, in various disciplines, in banking, in finance, in economics, in management, and in architecture. So we are collaborating with the Chartered of Bankers of Nigeria. We are looking at other professional bodies, these are chartered secretaries and administrators, these are chartered accountants of Nigeria, in computer technology and in other areas. So graduates and postgraduate students of Caleb University will come out with that mix of academic and the professions, and be ready to contribute to the environment.
Pardon my ignorance, but I wanted to ask, is it all courses, like, do you do medicine there at the university? Because
and what's your specialty?
Yeah.
Because some schools, that this one is law, that one, if you want to do medicine, go to this university.
You're talking about mostly banking.
Caleb has a niche in environment and commerce. Our architecture program is, top notch.
Yes.
And a sample of the evidence of what we claim can be gleaned with the Next 2ID trophy competition that just held a few weeks ago, where you have about 100 and something university participating. The competition was, had the participants drop to about 20, including Caleb, and Caleb came third after UR and the University of Agric Abeokuta, displacing universities like University of Lagos, ABU, and OAU, and Afai Babala University.
Fantastic.
So that's a stamp. That's an industry stamp.
That's Nestle Foods.
Our Nestle Foods saying our entrepreneurial program is having industry touch. Our
Let me take this
students
call. Good morning. Are you there?
Yes,
Mudukwe.
I'm there.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead. Welcome to the show, Mudukwe.
Hello.
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, good morning.
Yes.
Good morning.
Good morning.
She needs to tune
Yeah,
in.
good morning, ladies. I'm a first-time caller.
Yes.
We've clapped for you.
Please, I want to ask if the beauty of Caleb, everybody, kudos to them, well done. We appreciate what they are doing. Good morning.
All right. Talk about global warming and because we've seen our president, the government doing so much to educate and sensitize the general society at large that how we need to reduce emissions, how we get more responsible in waste management and all that. What are you doing in this regard in partnering with Lagos State? Because I know you had introduced earlier that you're working closely with Lagos State. What are you doing to help prepare these young minds for this campaign on global warming?
Yeah, about 2 or 3 years ago, we started this intervention or interaction with the Lagos State government in the area of waste management. And our College of Pure and Applied Sciences, what we call COPAS, were the people, activating this synergy. We have collaboration in the area of managing the waste, and also determining the health in the situation of Lagos from the Ikorodu division, and that we have submitted the first report, waiting for the next phase. So we actually...
Let me take this call hanging. Hamed, are you there?
Yes, please.
Thanks for calling. Go ahead. Good morning.
It goes this way. I know the tuition of the Caleb is very competitive, but the other facilities are on franchise. What is the university doing that they make it affordable for the student because it's on the high side? For example, like sachet of water there or bag of sachet water sell for 180 naira. So all those things put together make it on the high side. Your tuition is very competitive, but other things are on the high side.
So what are you doing?
Okay, thank you very much, because for acknowledging that our tuition is competitive. If you are talking about what you buy, I think it's a function of what is produced. We don't just produce anything that is going to be injurious to people's health, and then you got to ensure that those who produce items also have little margin. We are not after profit, just like my colleague mentioned.
How easy is it to get into your school, into your university?
Just a straight wheel drive from here to
application. Apply to.
Okay, to apply.
Yeah. To get in.
You can just get on our website, log on, and then download the form, and then you're just on.
And then you're admitted.
We have to know.
You submit, and then
we have to do a round up. Do you have any last words? Any specific last words you want for us?
Yes, it's to again confirm and reconfirm the preparedness of Caleb University to train top-of-the-range graduates in the various disciplines. Our collaboration is bringing to the fore the top-level professionals, bank MDs, executive directors, to give professional touch to the programs that our graduates are coming for. Masters of Business Administration, Masters in Economics, in Finance, in Accounting. So by the time they are out, they will be there, not just marketable, but to be leaders in the various business areas.
Thank you so much, gentlemen, for coming. Appreciate it. We need to go on a quick break. When we come back, the aviation industry in Nigeria. Stay with us. We'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
Thanks for staying with us. Before we go into the next segment, Ghana elections, as you know, are currently ongoing. Our correspondent, Wendy Agbo, is in Accra, Ghana, and she'll give us an update on what's going on over there. Hi, Wendy.
Hello, ladies.
How you doing?
Good morning.
Tell us what's going on in Ghana right now.
Just great. All right. We are actually at Abavana Junior High School here at Accra, at the Greater Accra, Ghana region. And the people turned out in their number as expected. There's excitement in the air, there is anticipation in the air. Ballot officially opens by 7 a.m., but the people turned out way before 7 a.m. In fact, by 7 a.m., the queue had already been established, and in all the polling units in this area, queues are so long, it's interesting. Ballot opened by 7 a.m., and so far, accreditation and voting is going on concurrently, and the people are happy. We spoke to officials of different political parties here, agents of different political parties here, and they seem to be happy with the way things are going on so far. We have about 740 accredited voters in this polling unit out of the 15 million, about 15 million registered registered Ghanaian voters. They turned out here today. 748 of them was accredited here, and a lot of them has turned in their number to cast their ballot. Excitement and expectations are very high, and they are high, and they vary, like somebody said earlier. The two major political parties have made promises in their campaigns. The incumbent, he made promises to improve health care, improve education, and to make sure he makes use of prudent monetary policies, he said. And then the strongest opposition, Nana Akufo-Addo, he made some policy statements. He mentioned giving free high school education. He said he was going to make sure there's health insurance for the people. He was going to build storage facilities for fishers, reservoirs in the north. He talked about also making sure the economy in his time is strong enough to accommodate millions of youth in Ghana who are seeking for unemployment. Ghana economy, like we used to know it, especially in 2011, was very, very buoyant. In fact, IMF tagged them at 14% growth, and it was okay until about 3 years later, especially in 2015, when it plummeted. Inflation went as high as 17%, and the economy dropped as low as 4%. So today, Ghanaians are expectant. Their expectations are bordering on being able to go to the market and purchase food. Whoever they are going to be casting their ballot for is someone who they are sure will make the economy as strong as it used to be, or better, so that the youths will be gainfully employed.
Thank you very much.
I can tell you, election here...
Thank you very much, Wendy. That's a lot of information. We're excited about that in Ghana. We'll continue to stand by to get more updates from the Ghana election 2016. Right, back in the studio here, we have our guest to commemorate the International Civil Aviation Day. We're going to discuss ways to revitalize the aviation sector in Nigeria. The Nigerian aviation industry, according to reports, has been having issues with the development of industry. This issue is said to include aviation safety, security, infrastructure development, the establishment of the national carrier, and lack of world-class aircraft. Now, here in the studio, we have with us Mr. Dong Ruang Pam. Did I get that right?
Yes, you did.
Practicing.
Well done. Well done.
And he's a pilot, an aviation, an expert. Welcome to the show, sir.
Thank you. Good morning.
Good morning.
It's from Plateau State.
Wow. Okay.
Yes.
Lovely name.
Yeah.
Thank you.
So the aviation, even this morning, we're just complaining that an airline, I don't want to mention the name again.
But it was in the newspapers. Ojari.
Well, they had issues recently complaining. People are complaining that we don't have a national carrier. Before we start dissecting each airline,
yes,
what is the status of the aviation industry today? How come we don't have a national carrier today? Let's start with that.
Well, I think it's because the industry lost its credibility, and that's why we do not have a national carrier. If you do recall, after Nigeria Airways was liquidated, the government was looking for a partner to set up the next national carrier. They did look at South African Airways and actually registered a company and a name. It was supposed to be the Nigerian Eagle.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, that didn't quite work out, and so they went on and shopped externally and got Virgin Atlantic. But to cut the long story short, Virgin Atlantic alleged that the Nigerian government violated the terms of the contract, and Virgin Atlantic pulled out of the, will I say, arrangement in 2007. And then that translated into the formation of Air Nigeria, Virgin Nigeria, right, and then Air Nigeria finally. Of course, they had to stop using the name Virgin because Branson says you got to pay me for that franchise using that name. So they now changed it to Air Nigeria. And I'm sure you know who the major shareholder in Air Nigeria was.
Tell us.
Jimo Ibrahim.
Oh, him.
So that's the end of the story. I'll leave it there.
Right. Okay.
Okay, but as a pilot and safety and aviation specialist,
yes,
what can the existing airlines do to improve service delivery in the aviation sector? For instance, I was saying that Punch newspaper this morning mentioned that passengers of Arik Air who had come in since Friday and haven't received their baggage yesterday was Tuesday, blocked the airline and did not allow it fly out of the country. Now, we shouldn't be having that in 2016. What do the airlines need to do within their challenges,
And before you answer that, I just wanted to add, the airlines like this Arik we're talking about, started so well. I mean, I was always wanting to fly Arik, but today, you are afraid to buy their tickets because you might buy their ticket and they say they're not flying again. So what are they doing wrong?
And what do they need to do right?
I'll just be blunt. Complacency and impunity. It's as simple as that. Because there are regulations and laws that govern every single thing you do in aviation. It is one of the most highly regulated industries we have. Next to that, it will be the nuclear industry and the medical industry. So we have had a scenario where the airlines, because they are private and they are commercial, they're looking at their profit. The regulator, I believe, has done as much as we can push them to do. And I think at some point people thought I was uncharitable to the regulator, but I think they're doing a great job. It is really difficult, especially now with a recession. And like the regulator says, they do not want to regulate the airlines to extinction. The airlines are completely aware of their responsibilities and obligations. Once again, like I mentioned a few months ago, before you even start your business, the regulator invites you and advises you on exactly what you need to do and how to do it properly, and guides you through the process, which takes between 6 months if you are quick and maybe 18 months to start your operation. You must have a business plan that shows at least 3 years forecast. You must have revenue to fly at least 90 days without 1 naira coming in as inflow of revenue. You are supposed to submit your accounts, your load factors, your traffic data every month to be analyzed by the regulator. So all the rules are there, but sometimes the airlines, because if you have an airline, you must have billions of naira. They sometimes go and have political interference. But again, the regulator is now autonomous, so there is much less of that. However, a bit of that is still happening. Complacency and negligence.
That the sector is the most regulated sector, and we still have cases of bad airplanes flying people. What is your view about the state of the planes that we have in our airports today?
If I can ask, what reports do you have of bad aircraft flying people?
Several times people have had issues about the landing.
Somebody just tells you that you're flying. Suddenly the plane goes zoom.
So many issues.
I mean, there are issues with maintenance. The issues because some planes are even detained. They're not allowed them to fly because we get those kind of reports where they're not allowed to fly because of the technical issues. So how convinced are we? Just to answer your question.
When that happens, that shows the regulator is up to speed. When the regulator says you're not going anywhere, now he's protecting the traveling public. The first thing you're looking for in aviation is safety, security, reliability. So safety, security, once the regulator has to say you're not going anywhere, what he's doing is trying to protect the traveling public.
What's your view about the state of the planes that we have? Are they top notch? Most of the airlines, do they have good planes?
Well, yes, they do have good planes. A good plane is a plane that an engineer has checked and signed a certificate of release to service every single day. They do that before the aircraft is available. Now, let me bring
regardless of if it is 36 years old.
Yes. That's what I'm saying. The older an aircraft gets, the more you have to check it and maintain it. And that's why we end up having old airplanes here.
Exactly my point.
The British guys, Americans, in fact, developed countries, once an aircraft passes 7 years old, they start looking for, because then, then you have increased maintenance.
When we come back, we'll move away from that area to the citizens.
Okay.
How do we get recourse when we have issues? Because one of us who had a recent issue with one of these airlines. Stay with us, we'll be right back.
Stay tuned. Your View will be right back.
thanks for staying with us. We still have our guest here. From what you've said, the government has done so much to regulate, to ensure that these aircrafts are safe for us to fly. But what have they done to protect our rights as citizens? We're the ones customized. We're the ones like we're the customers here patronizing these airlines. We're the ones that suffer. Where flights are delayed, we lose our luggages, or something happens to us. What are they doing to protect us? Because who do we go to in this kind of situation that Jumoke described in the papers? And also who I can't remember what happened. I think she paid for
and then they delayed the flight, and then they refused to return her money.
Yeah. You know, so who does she go to? How does she ensure that she gets justice?
I think the media will be quite instrumental in helping that part of the regulations. There's a new part in regulations that came in force not too long ago, and that is on consumer protection. It details the rights of the consumer and the customers. And I know that FAN did make a promise that in every airport that they own and operate, there must be visibly in the departure hall a desk that says consumer protection or consumer complaints. So the customers can go there and complain. There are also rules that show what they're entitled to. And usually this is supposed to be on the ticket you buy. Sometimes it's written in such a small print that even you might want to use a microscope to read it. And maybe some people don't bother. But these things are in place. The thing is that, are they enforced? Or first, let's put it this way, are they complied with by the airlines? The second question is, when they do not comply, is there enforcement from the regulator? That's the question we should ask now.
Let me take Kolade. Kolade, are you still there? I'm so sorry, Kolade.
Okay, there are some concerns on Twitter. I'd like to read 3 of them quickly. Shedrack says the aviation sector in Nigeria has become a place for inexperienced folks from various fields not related to aviation. I'd like you to respond to that. Olatunji says, anytime one flies a Nigerian airline, your heart is in your mouth. Government and regulatory authorities should step up for safety. Kuti says, airfares in Nigeria have become exorbitant because the regulators charge high levies in aviation fuel scarcity. So I'd like you to respond to these 3. One was saying inexperienced folks. The other one was saying that the government and regulatory authorities need to step up. And the third one, aviation fuel and charges. And high charges.
I went to Abuja. It's part of it. The other day I went to Abuja. I was on full prayer.
You pray, YK?
Fall down.
Yes, now she does.
Just checking.
When you're inside the plane, you better pray.
Okay, there's another angle that I didn't mention. Like I said, a safe aircraft is that one that an engineer has completely checked and also signed that it is airworthy. But secondly, before it flies, the pilot himself has to do his complete check of that aeroplane. And sometimes it's the pilot who decides this airplane is not going anywhere. So it's not just one person. And the pilot is not just one pilot, there are 2 pilots in that aircraft who have to ensure that each of them is able to check some vital parts that
Let me pause you for a second. Bossy has been holding for a while. Bossy, are you still there?
Yes, I'm here. Good morning.
Please, good morning. Thanks for calling.
Good morning.
Good morning. Yeah, I'm listening to what you're saying, and most of these things, they are better said than done. Good on papers. I'm an infant, I've flown before. Because of job security, some of these people, they cut corners. They want to protect their job. So they manage some things. Since the demise of Nigeria Airways, I'm afraid to travel with private airlines in this country. I don't know if things have changed now. But because of job securities, I know that some of these people, they cut corners. They manage some things. There are some things. When Nigeria Airways was flying, we have checks. There are some things that you cannot fly without. But here they manage. I have flown an aircraft. I saw 2 doors where the slide on the doors were below gauge and they were ready to fly. I asked the engineer, what is happening? He said, this is private. You cannot tell them that. Things like that. And then again, another thing I want to call our attention to. I have somebody that traveled recently. Some items were taken from her. Maybe roll-on or perfume. They see these things at the airport. They tell you that you are not allowed to fly with them. If that be the case, there should be a way where you can go back or send somebody to go and collect your things. They are cheating people. I call it stealing, if I can use that word. Because why would you take something from somebody and there is no way to collect it back from them? Please, they should take note of things like that.
That's important. That's key. Thank you very much, Bosse.
That one, if you carry anything, when you're abroad, if you carry anything that is more than the 100 millimeter or that you are, the inside from your phone, they will throw it in the dustbin.
That's not what she's
you are not going to get it. I'm telling you,
what
this is
she's saying is what the customs do. When you, for the first time I flew to Abuja, they took my keys, the key holders. They said they had some knives on it. They took my antiperspirant. They said I couldn't fly because it had gas. And you know, these things, what she's saying, they could have kept them somewhere. I asked a relative to pick them up. But they just threw them somewhere. And you know, they could always roll them over and for personal use.
It's lack of information. Okay. There are laws, and this, if you observe, this started after 2001. When there was that huge terrorist attack in the UK. We also have had where people go into the aircraft and conceal some items that they can become incendiary explosives. That is why. Now, if the media, and I hope TVC would try on that as well, and radio stations, pass this information to passengers that this is the law, you are not allowed to. The security agents do not have to go out of their way to return your item or your roll-on or whatever it is. 100 meal per pack. You can have more than one pack. You can have 3 packs as long as not more than 100 meals. So this is information that should be out to the traveling public before they go. Or sharp objects. They are not allowed. They are completely prohibited.
Exactly. And what I'm saying is, even abroad,
that is right.
They don't let you. It's gone. It's gone.
So,
once you flout the law, that's your loss.
That is it.
Okay,
but more information will be helpful. With regards to that question about inexperienced people in the cockpit, no. I do not think that is true. There are standards. It doesn't matter. You must meet a minimum standard to be a co-pilot. You must meet a minimum standard experience to be a captain. So in that case, it's not a major factor. One thing I would say as well, if you observe anything that makes you worry about flying, I'm sure there is a hotline you can contact the regulator, or emails and other things like that. You can actually report this directly to the regulator.
Why are you about to fly?
No. You could decide not to fly, but at least make that report, because this feedback is necessary. With consumer protection as well, some people, I've had to make some reports, but I was not impressed with the quality of service. After 48 hours, I actually got no response at all. So these are a few things that enforcement has to be a little bit more upbeat. Right.
Yeah, there's one tweet. I don't think we have enough time. I'd love you to answer it, because they're asking about how come Ghana is able to make aviation fuel readily available and not Nigeria.
Ghana is not, just simply put, as corrupt as we are. Because there's a cartel. There's no doubt. I'm sure you're aware of that. They are not as corrupt as we are. Okay. There's a cartel in Nigeria that makes Jet A1 almost impossible to get, and we are an oil-producing country. We have got a population about 4 times Ghana. All right. We all import it.
Just opened a new can of worms that we can't even get into.
Unfortunately, you need to come back.
I would have wanted to dissect that further, but unfortunately, we can't let you. Let's thank you very much, sir. We've run out of time.
No problem.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And hope our viewers don't forget. Yesterday we had some guests from Igbobi College, and they came with a cake, gifts. I mean, they were celebrating the anniversary.
75th year.
75th year anniversary of Igbobi.
Wow.
Wow. And
congratulations.
They didn't mention that we're upset about it, but they brought lots of gifts for us. So thank you very much, sir, for bringing. That's all we can take on the show. Have a lovely day. Don't forget, CBS Funfair has started. And when they're shared, so please, it doesn't mean that you're going to get the share, but just come. Have a good day. See you tomorrow. Bye-bye.
Should be prizes, no?